Today's episode of Desertwood Days with Kathy Blaze is sponsored by Dork Publishing, expanding minds through fantasy since 2018. Learn more at the Dork Publishing website, www.dorcpublishing.com.
Welcome back to Desertwood Days, and today we have a special guest for you. His name is Mr. Vincent Rutley. Hey, Vincent.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Such a pleasure.
Yeah.
Such a pleasure.
That's mine.
So, Vincent, you are a filmmaker.
Yes.
So, how long have you been in this amazing industry?
The industry, I come from the stage play world.
Okay.
Stage plays. Grew up outside of Detroit, Michigan. If you ever want to do stand-up comedy, don't do it in Detroit. They will boo you off the stage. They do not care. I got a lot of great training in theater.
Okay.
Met a lot of great people. Did every stage play I could for about probably 3-4 years maybe. And then I started producing and writing my own stage plays.
Wow.
Recently moved to Arizona 5 years ago.
Okay.
Just wanted to get rooted. Didn't want to rush into it. And made the decision around this time last year that it was time for me to get into film.
Okay.
From stage plays. And just started jumping in as an actor. Just wanted to learn as much as I could. And the journey has been amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
I appreciate that.
That is awesome. So you started this what was it that got you into doing stage plays?
So around the age of 13-ish, I saw my oldest brother, Ryan Rutley, amazing actor. He was in some local theater.
Oh, okay.
And he was probably 15, 16 at the time. And I watched him on stage and I'm like, it just did something different to me. Like I was like, I never felt this way about potentially doing something. And when he got to high school, he played the Tin Man in The Wiz. and the whole city came out and he killed it. He's like tap dancing and he's dancing and he's singing. And I said, this is it. So I played football my whole life. My brothers and I, it was 5 of us, we all played football. And when I got from 9th grade to 10th grade, I came back and the football coach said, you can't do work, you can't do drama club, you can't do all that stuff and football.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, either I'm going to do football or I'm going to do all these other amazing things that I want to do.
Right.
And I sat there and I realized after summer break, all my friends had gotten faster, taller, and stronger, and I didn't. And I said, can I see myself doing this after high school? Can I see myself doing this forever? And I looked at football and I looked at stage and I said, I can see myself doing stage my whole life. And in 10th grade, I made the decision. I jumped and I was Pinocchio or something like that in 10th grade. And it just, I got bit by the bug and I never looked back.
You know what? I think stage does that to you.
Yeah.
I started doing stage I did my first stage play. It was A Rebel Without a Cause.
I've heard that title.
Yeah.
I've never seen that play.
And I played the school teacher. And after I did that, it was just such a different feeling.
Yeah.
Stage and film, I love them both.
Yeah.
But stage, there's just it's that immediate gratification.
Absolutely.
You got all the audience right there in front of you. So you can be whoever you're going to be at that moment.
Yes. And the training is amazing because you get one chance
That's true.
to do it right.
That is.
So it was, I love stage.
That is true. So you did stage theater. You came out here to Arizona, got acclimated out here.
Yeah.
So how's your experience been here in the Arizona industry?
I've been loving it.
Good.
It's only been a full year, but connecting with the right people and just put myself out there.
Right.
You know, to be truthfully, just transparent, after my car accident, which was in 2011, I did not have the desire to return back to acting in this condition. Even the first thought. my first thought was, I'm going to get strong, I'm going to get into therapy, I'm going to get my training, I'm going to get up, and then I'm going to jump back into it. I can't wait. But, you know, as time went on, you know, God had other plans, and the timing wasn't my timing. And opportunities started to pop up, and I've actually enjoyed it probably more from the chair than I have on my feet.
So the accident, did
sense.
it happen here in Arizona?
That was in Detroit.
In Detroit,
Yes,
okay.
yeah, that was 2011. It's been 11 years now.
Wow.
And it was life-changing, but I wouldn't change anything.
You know what? God had another plan for you.
He smoothed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you get to, you know what I always like to say is that, you know, when someone has I feel like we all have a disability in some way.
Right.
And when we have a disability, our other senses and our other things get stronger.
I would have to agree.
And I mean, you know, one thing you may say that I can't use my legs, but you know, my arms, my heart, everything else is so super strong.
Absolutely.
So, you know what, I applaud you for continuing to go.
Thank you.
Continue to live life. I know you have a beautiful wife that supports you, and there's
Gorgeous.
nothing like having that support system.
Nothing like it.
Nothing at all like that. But you know what, you could have gave up, but you didn't. You know why? Because we still need you out here in this industry.
All right.
Yes.
I thank you for that. I really do.
So you got that bug again. You know you want to continue to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you see yourself within the next 5 years doing this?
Within the next 5 years, I'm always going to be an actor. That's always going to be the performer part of me is never going to leave. But in the next 5 years, I can see me have made the connections between now and then to have begun to produce my own films, commercials, cartoons, documentaries, everything. You know, so being a writer and director and producer from the stage play world, that was the biggest shift as far as I have to learn this part of the industry.
Right.
I can't be naive to the fact that I'm that creative, that I'm that innovative, that I can just hop from stage into film and just know all of the details. And when I know when I'm watching 5,000 names come up on the bottom of the screen after the movie, I need to learn who these people are and what they do. Right. And, you know, just being in learning mode, I think the next couple of years, I'm going to just be the student so that when I'm ready to, you know, the first Vincent Rutley film, it can represent the way it should in the industry standard as well as heart's passion. So I think within the next 5 years, you're going to probably have seen a few films about me by then.
That's awesome. I like that. So Vincent, you said that you had some films, projects that were coming your way. Can you tell us about your last project?
Sure. The last project, I believe, because we've shot so many things over the last year that hasn't been out yet.
Tell us about your last project as an actor.
So Fathers, I don't think that was my last project, but that was the last released.
Okay.
That was the last release project. I played a boss, Tony the boss, that had to have a hard conversation with an employee.
Okay.
And that was cool because it wasn't written for a wheelchair actor.
Okay.
But the audition and the delivery and the connection, it just made sense for the production team and for casting. So, I mean, they were excited to get me on there.
Good.
It was a great set. It was a phenomenal experience. It was with JC Films.
Okay.
Here in Phoenix.
Yes.
Awesome opportunity. And, I mean, that was the last released film that came out during Father's Day, I believe.
You know what I like what you said? That's a new term that people need to get used to hearing, a wheelchair actor.
Yeah.
That's something that people need to
get used to. Where the camera at?
Right. Your camera's right here.
Get used to it. We're coming.
And being a wheelchair actor, do you have these insecurities where you think, well, I'm a wheelchair actor and I'm going in there for this role to audition, but it doesn't say it's for a wheelchair actor. Do you find yourself getting any insecurities about going to audition because of that?
I don't.
Good.
I feel like
that was the answer I wanted to hear.
I have an advantage.
good.
I have an advantage. Aren't many of us out there,
Right.
and let alone
And you
that
you know
many
what it
that's
is, but
confident
you're
as well.
opening doors for others is what you're doing.
I hope so.
I'm gonna say you're becoming an ambassador, but you're opening doors for
I hope so.
others
Yeah.
to be able to get out there. Prime example was the movie. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name. With the deaf guy that won all the awards. Was it this year or last year? He was the first deaf guy to win all the awards.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah, but and he was actually from Arizona, so that's,
Really?
yes. I'll have to look it up later, but you're potentially opening doors for wheelchair actors out there that may have an insecurity about going out there. They wanted to be an actor. Maybe they were an actor before an accident happened.
Yeah.
And I love that because I'm an advocate for special needs moms, and
Nice.
so I love that you're out there doing it and not letting your disability hold you back from living life, from being a husband, being a family member, because sometimes we can let those things hold us back from life.
Absolutely.
And you're an actor that's out here. You know what? You're like this I'm gonna say this odd thing that people aren't used to seeing in this world that's really judgmental.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna need you to be out there and be that confident wheelchair actor
You got me.
that go out there and show them how it's done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because I know that's not who you are.
Yeah.
This is who you are up
Absolutely.
here, and show them your talent.
I love to tell them now that my disability didn't change my identity.
Mm-hmm.
I am who I was born to be, and I was an actor before the accident,
Right.
and I'm still an actor.
Right.
I still have the same desires. I still have the same goals. I still have the same plans, and I just have to, sometimes take smaller detours and figuring out how to get there.
Right.
But I mean, if this is what you want to do, it's not going to be the easiest thing, but you can do it.
Yes.
It's very possible. And I think the biggest thing is once tragedy happens or crisis happens in life, we don't always know how to adapt.
Right.
And then our confidence is dropped, and we're really unsure about a lot of things.
Right.
But if you want it, it just takes the time to sit back and just figure it out.
Right. And you know what? Productions aren't going to know how to figure it out.
Right.
So that gives you another edge. I mean, being a consultant and showing them, you know what, when a person in a wheelchair comes into a production, these are the things that need to be done.
Absolutely.
This is a checklist of things that to make sure that there's some equality there for them and their accessibility to be able to go to the restroom on their own and feel like a person that they are.
Absolutely.
To be able to be on set and be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another edge for you also.
It is.
Not that you want to do all that, but
well, it's a one. I like to. I've also have a saying about this is not my punishment. This is my assignment.
Yes.
I'm supposed to be here.
Yeah.
And if I'm not doing those things that you're naming, what am I doing? I'm just sitting. But I'm supposed to, help bring awareness and advocate and open doors and be a trendsetter. There's a wheelchair actor that I've admired. His name is Daryl Mitchell. Daryl Mitchell was injured, I believe, in the 90s from a motorcycle accident. But he was in a lot of 90s movies. He was with Martin Lawrence and a lot of other greats. I can't think of any particular. He did House Party. He did Thin Line Between Love and Hate. I mean, he did a lot of really big things back then.
Right.
And he took his time to adapt, and then he got right back into it. Now, of course, it's easier because he was already in Hollywood.
Right.
But for him to have that confidence to say, I may never walk again, but I'm an actor. This is what I love to do, and the opportunities were there, and he's still doing it. And shout out to him. Kudos to him
Right.
for getting back after it. So,
Of course.
yeah, when I look on the TV and I see him, I see a lot of similarities on how our bodies are, where our bodies are, and that confidence, you can't be trained about that.
Right. And there's going to be someone out there, some young man, young lady that's watching you and saying, if Vincent can do it, I can do it also.
Absolutely.
I love that. So, Vincent, where do you, and I don't know if I asked you, where do you see yourself in 5 years in this industry?
I definitely see myself growing from the actor. Just like I did in stage plays, from the actor to stage play producer, I see myself transitioning from actor to filmmaker. I'll always be the actor. That's not gonna go anywhere. But I could definitely see myself producing, directing, and writing.
Okay. I just remember you sent us some media also. You model also?
I'm getting into it.
You're getting into it?
I think because
I saw that face. Let me think about that one.
I would like to consider myself a model of some sorts.
Okay.
Now that I'm signed with a couple of different agencies, one local and then one in LA, a lot of opportunities come. And when you're putting yourself in position to get experience, great opportunities just find you,
That's true.
And if I can sit there and model for a brand or two, it's all a part of it.
Well, let's take a look at some of your media that you brought us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you. I think that's 2011.
Oh, okay.
No. That's 13. That's 2 years after the accident. Yeah. That's here in Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah, I recognize that place.
Where is that? Do you know?
Tempe Town.
Hey.
I think I have a picture or two over there.
Yeah? Yeah, that bridge is beautiful.
Yes.
That's the most recent shoot that we did there. Not bad.
Nice.
I just became an ambassador for that wheelchair.
Really?
Yeah. They opened up a door and gave me a great opportunity. That's a Wheel, the Wheel brand. Love that brand.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So did they give you one of those?
They did.
Did they?
The one on the last picture, the black one. So this is the older model.
Oh, okay.
This is the Model M, and they discontinued this one. I'm a little sad about that. But the CI2 is doing amazing model, very sleek, comes in different colors. They're an amazing brand. They're out of China, but they have manufacturers all over America now.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
You want one, don't you? I see how you're looking at it.
Yeah, I do.
I see how you're staring at it now.
That's pretty cool there.
Thank you. Yeah.
So what if something happens to your chair, do you have to send it out of the country for them to repair it?
No. So the great thing about that is there is a supplier and also a flagship store that represents the brand now in Scottsdale.
Okay.
Yeah, so they've been here. They were already here operating in business, doing repairs and selling the chair before I moved here. So I got the chair in 2017, and then once we got here, they just connected. Just so happened he's the only one in Arizona, and they're in Scottsdale.
So you some of the pictures you just showed us, doors are opening. You're modeling for the chair company.
Yeah.
They gave you one of their chairs. I mean, so you are doing things already.
Yeah.
I mean, this, like you said, this didn't take over you. You still are you're still Vincent.
Yes, ma'am.
And Vincent is doing it out there.
I don't think I'd have been modeling if it wasn't for the wheelchair. I was a little bit more to. I could have done some things, but it just those opportunities. When you set yourself up, and that's what I want people to understand. When you put yourself out there.
This is your purpose.
This is my purpose.
This is your purpose, and it isn't all about putting yourself out there. It's because you could have been that person that didn't want to live life anymore, and not put yourself out there.
Absolutely.
But then you were holding all this goodness that God has provided you from those people out there that needed to know how to move forward.
Absolutely.
So, Vincent, where can our audience find you?
I'm very simple. I don't do nicknames on social media. I'm Vincent Rutley, and that's on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Not on Twitter as much, but also TikTok as well. Same thing.
You doing
at
any
Vincent
TikTok
Rutley.
videos?
I dibble and dabble a little bit. I'm starting to play with it a little bit. I don't have the. One thing about me is I don't like to post consistently enough to get that star power on social media. You know, it's almost like when I feel it, I do it. You know, but some people, in order to get that traction, they gotta post, 4 or 5 times a week. And
it depends on
once a week guy.
Yeah, it depends on what you're doing it for. If you're an influencer or whatever.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And I know with influencing and modeling and things like that, I gotta get better with that. So.
Yes.
But yeah, Vincent Rutley on all social media platforms.
Wonderful. It was a pleasure having you here with us today.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you. And
I really
we
appreciate
look
you.
forward to more from Vincent Rutley.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
And thank you for joining us here today at Desertwood Days, and we'll catch you next time.